Okay, let's get this show on the road. So what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to be building a routing surface for the MPCNC machine. This piece is a 3/4 inch sheet of plywood that has been cut down to 48 inches by 48 inches. And I'm going to build a frame for it, flip it upside down, and get it dropped into the CNC machine that is right behind the camera. So let's get started on that. First, I'm going to go ahead and draw myself a reference line because I need to know where I'm going to locate my screws. And that'll be about 3/4 inch all the way around. So we just do a trick you've probably seen done before, where you just hold a pencil in the end of a little square and you do your thing. You catch the pencil in the notch right underneath right here, it will tend to not slip off while you're doing the drawing. Oops, see, it slipped off like that. So yeah, okay, that was my fault. Gets talking about it and it screws you. Ouch. Yeah, I'm making all kinds of mistakes here. We spin it around. Okay, I need to make a mark at 24 inches because I've got a cross brace in the center here. And now I've got to go get a square. And all of those squares have been moved to the other building. Although that would work, wouldn't it? I suspect you've got to be of a certain age to have even seen one of these in use. And it's not long enough, but it will do the job. And for those curious, this is a T-square. This is used, or was used, before the age of CAD to do architectural drawings. Now, how did I bonk that up? And I did screw that up. What, 24 inches-ish there. And that should be 24. This is wild. This square is not. That's freaky. Hang on just a second. Wow, that looks square, but it's not. Okay, I gotta go to the other building and get a good square. Much better. This is, by the way, known as a drywall square, if you've never seen one used before. It has a little notch right here to allow a pencil to clear when it comes out. Okay, marking is done. So instead of this being a torsion box, having a top and a bottom, this is only going to have a top, and it will have just a 2x4 underframe. And I've cut my 2x4s down to 3/4 of an inch wide because I wanted perfectly consistent height all the way through it so it doesn't warp on me. So well, let's get that part started. I gotta get some clamps to hold this nonsense down, and then I can start drilling for some holes. Drilling for some holes? Okay, that's kind of dumb. Where's my home corner gonna be? Why don't I make... Ow! Damn it, that hurt. So let's grab us a 48-inch piece, because I got 2 of those. That's 48. That's 48. Wow, that's not warped at all, is it? Good God. Man, you got to be careful when you go to Home Depot and buy 2x4s that you're going to use for non-standard projects, because they do a horrible job sourcing lumber, at least that I found. Okay, so we lift this up just a little bit. Need a drill. Do the same thing for each segment. It's supposed to Drop screws, dummy. This assembly, by the way, is not what you would consider a spoil board. This is what the spoil board sits on top of. Okay, so there is one edge done. So let's get the other side done. In the middle will be entertaining to clamp, right? And I'm going to turn this around just so I don't have to move the camera. Knew that was going to happen. Put that on there. And some glue. Okay. For anybody that's curious, I'm using 1 5/8" yellow zinc screws for this. Okay. Now we're going to rotate it again. Back to 0, point. And I need my 45" pieces. That is not one of them. There we go. That'll work. Diet Coke, because drinking tequila when using power tools is a bad idea. That's it. Okay, now we got to do the same thing to the other side. think I'm just going to rotate this and do it from this end. Actually, no, I've got to put in my center first because of how I did this. Or how I cut the material. Ran short of material, so my center is just a little bit shorter than it needs to be. But that means I have to put it in now before I can put the end in, this end cap in. So, what do I need? And I should probably be talking the whole time, but it's just not how I work. If I'm working, I'm not talking. That's why I make a lousy live streamer, because I will get concentrating on something I'm working on and just forget to talk, which is great for productivity, but it sucks if you're trying to entertain a group of people that are watching you work on something. So yeah, sorry. Pipe clamp. And here I go not talking again, but it is what it is, guys. Oh yeah, this is gonna be interesting. And in case the joke got missed, Diet Coke, because drinking tequila on the job is not a really bright idea. And no, it's not refreshing. It's just Diet Coke. Okay. There's another hornet in the shop. They've got to have a nest in here somewhere, because it's entirely too cold outside. Okay. So now we can do this back piece. Fortunately, almost only counts in horses and hand grenades, so still good. Ooh, and I'm a little long. This lav mic is killing me. What do we got here? Oh, I'm off by 1/8 of an inch, it looks like. Off by 1/16. I'll be right back. Okay. Oh, that is off by just a tiny amount. I mean, this thing is off by one tiny reproductive hair. One very tiny reproductive hair. Oh, bounced it out of the other end. No, I'm not going to explain that because it's very politically incorrect. And somebody will get butthurt over it. Okay. Okay, pretty sure that leaves me with 2 pieces left to put in. So, let's do that. On the other side too. Grab a couple of these. Okay. In theory, these should fit in here. And how far off am I? Ooh. That's about a good 1/8 of an inch. Okay. For that side. This is going to be an entertaining assembly, I think. Magically enhanced percussive maintenance tool. That's not going anywhere. Just to make sure, I'm gonna put some screws in it. These from this end. Yeah, originally the design for this called for a much thicker assembly because I was going to have a vacuum plenum cut in this, but because of how my build height turned out, that's not going to be doable. So it's a little smaller. I'm going to shave just a little bit off of this.
Okay, now we get to see how well I can get this thing in the machine. It's either going to work well or it's not. This is kind of heavy. And now it's going to want to move. God, you would have thought I planned that. Holy crap. Okay, back in a second. Okay, I've got the build surface installed temporarily. I need to bolt it down with some 1/4x20 threaded inserts that I do not have, that I have to order. So it's just kind of sitting in place right now. I've got it wedged on both sides. to hold it in place. But there's still a little bit of a twist to it because of the table and the floor that I've got in my shop, which is just, it's horrifying, but I'm not going to get into that. The spindle is at its max or min Z point right now, and there's about 3/8 of an inch under the nose here. At full travel all the way up, it gives you about 5 7/8 cutting area from the nose to the top of the table, which is, you know, more than adequate for the kinds of things I'm going to be doing with this. I've changed my mind as to how I'm going to do the plasma cutting thing. Instead of swapping this in and out all the time, I'm going to build a slat table that will attach to this and have a water drain off to the side, as opposed to me popping this in and out all the time. It's just, this is kind of heavy, and it's just going to be a hassle, and I risk damaging the machine by striking it with something I'm moving in and out of it. So my next task is going to be truing the machine in as much as that I will go through some calibration procedures in order to make sure that it's running square. I have a pen insert that I will replace the tool with. It's this little gadget here, holds a pen, and I will use that to draw with, to make sure that I'm getting square and the dimensions it's producing are correct. Once that's done, I'm going to create a pattern of holes in the top here to put threaded inserts in, and that's how I will hold down both the spoil board material and the work material that I'm going to cut. And that will be coming in a future video, hopefully. Anyway, that's all there is to it. One thing I wanted to tell you folks about, if you are going to be in the area, the Vintage Computer Festival Pacific Northwest is coming up. I believe it's the 3rd week of this month, March. It's at the Living Computer History Museum and Labs in Seattle, Washington. Last year was a fantastic show. There was a lot of really cool vintage displays that people brought in, and this next show is 50% larger with even more vintage awesomeness, as well as all the displays that they have in the museum. If you've never been, you have to go if you're in the area, because it's just amazing. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.